Jurassic Park.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another video on Jurassic World, the game. Today, we'll be covering a run in the latest tournament for the Woolly Mammoth. We've got this guy here available for us. He's a pretty key unlock in the Cenozoic world since he is part of one of the components for the Mammotherium, which is the strongest creature available, I believe. Actually, he might be second to... nope, he is still the strongest compared to Smithoceraus. So it's mostly because of his huge amount of health, obviously. So pretty key unlock if you do not have the Woolly Mammoth unlocked yet. It's been a while since he's been offered. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be interested in this unlock. Also, the card pack is actually really good. It's $750 and $375 as far as 750 Dinobucks or 3,750 DNA in both cards 1 and 2. And then the Smorgasbord in card 3, and then obviously the creature in card 4. So pretty good pack as well. So it's a little bit later than typical. So we might have maybe 1 or 2 extra battles to get to Dominator, but let's get this party started and let's get rolling here. All right, so let's get our typical lineup, which is of course Pterosaur throwaways with Carnivore Strength in the middle. Where's my model officers? There we go. So we'll go Meow here. This is our typical lineup for the first battle. Let's see if we get a decent matchup or not. See if they've changed. Yep, this is going to be fine. Do have that amphibian in the last slot, but it should not be a problem. In fact, I have problems just having the computer probably take a shot at us. Because you can't kill us in one shot, so I can probably sit here for a few rounds just reserving. Hopefully folks have been doing well for the week. Nothing too crazy going on this week. There was an interesting post on Facebook yesterday that had, what's your favorite pterosaur? And I was not paying attention if he blocked or not, so we're going to have to do one extra here. That's okay, though. We got extras to spare. Yeah, he did have an extra one. They were showing some different looks at the islands, and it was looking like they were showing part of the second island that has not been unlocked yet. Which hopefully that means that it's going to be coming in an update in the not too distant future. And we'll have to see how that progresses. But they also had what looked like a new decoration. It looked like a kind of an updated clock tower. At first I thought it was a radio tower, but then on a closer look, it definitely looks like it's got hands on it from a clock. They're not sticking out, they're kind of flat against the dials that are at the top of the decoration. So hopefully they've got new decorations coming. They've got, it's not just like an old, it's not an old, whatchamacallit, oh God, I can't even think straight right now. It's not an old, like concept art from a building that they just decided not to release. And it's actually for something that is coming, which would be great. New decorations, new land unlock would all be excellent. There was a post by one of the community managers on the forums from Keith, and this is really more so around the whole, Jurassic World, the game is closing, which is happening in China, I guess, but they're not planning on closing it anytime soon in the States, which is nice. He said that there was pretty exciting roadmap for 2021 coming, so kind of have to wait and see what that's going to be all about, but I am excited to see what they're going to be bringing to the game. I think there's a lot of opportunities for the game to expand and become a richer gaming experience. So we'll have to see how they take it and where they go with it. All right, Survivor 58. That's what that was, right? 58? Yeah, 58. Okay. So let's get to our creatures that we would typically bring in this area. This is going to be, I think we might be kind of still where we normally would be. We might not have increased that much down here at the lower levels yet. We'll have to see what happens at the higher levels. What am I looking for? I'm looking for 263 attack. There we go. Uterus. So I've had the same matchup at rank 59. So Survivor rank 59, so it should be pretty close. Yep, this will be not a problem. And there's some folks on the forums that were saying that matchups were more difficult and having a hard time getting out of Predator and Hunter, so we'll have to see what happens when we get to that stage of this run. But so far, it's been fairly standard. And this is going to be, it should be a very easy matchup since we've got two herbivores coming at us. And we're going to have class advantage, so we're not going to worry about blocking. Got plenty of health, plenty of attack. It'd be great if he attacked. Of course he does not. Shinosaurus 96, so that's 3, 2. Just enough. And then we're going to have 4 on the next turn, so it doesn't really matter what he does. He is a dead dinosaur walking. So he doesn't have enough to block. Easy peasy. For those that had the issue with the last tournament pack where they got 0 loyalty points, it just got fixed this morning for me, but that was after support responded saying, we fixed it for everybody. You should have gotten an in-game email. And I had to re-explain to them that, while yes, that was the intent, they did not actually fix it for everybody through an in-game email because I never got the in-game email. And so I had to push back on them because they basically thought, oh, this is closed. We don't need to do anything for you. You just don't know how to check your in-game email. But they did respond this morning, and I did notice that they did increase my loyalty points by the 2,600. So they did fix it. So if you are, if you have sent a ticket in and you have not heard anything yet, you should be hearing something soon. And if they give you the whole, you fixed this for everybody, make sure you push back and tell them, well, no, you actually didn't fix it for me because I haven't gotten my loyalty points. And then they should be able to remedy it for you. But sometimes you have to be persistent, but they generally will fix it if they can, and they can find out that they did screw up. So that is one thing that I would say about Ludi. It takes a long time for them to fix it, but they typically do end up making it right. All right, so Hunter 84. So we need to get to about 5. Let's go to 560-ish ferocity. So that's going to be down with obviously over. Carnivores. This is going to be up here somewhere. Right, so we need 705, 269. Where would that be? That's when we pass these guys. That's up here somewhere. The Metro Long is close. What? Let's see what that is. Just updating some numbers here on the fly. That's exactly 560. So let's see how we go here with this. Now again, we're in Hunter, so some folks are having some trouble with some of the things. So you can get outset matches from the computer where they do try to just punish you. So this is definitely a more difficult match. It's not impossible though, because we do have that herbivore up front. So we can use that to our advantage. Now, if we look at here, okay, it should swap to the second spot, which is gonna be perfect, which means it's gonna have to swap twice, because I believe that the Acanthosaurus has got a higher ferocity than the Yutyrannus at the bottom. And so if that is the case, then we should not have to do anything here. And it should swap out. I'm gonna actually block 1, reserve 2. So it does have a disadvantage. There's the swap, and it goes to the second spot. Excellent. Hopefully attacks will be best case. No, it does not. Okay. So we're going to have to do 3 here. So he's got 1 extra. So 1, 2, 3. 1 extra. We got to hope that he's actually doing that 1 extra, because if he's not, we are in trouble. Okay, perfect. And the reason I say that is when inevitably the computer's going to swap again, the Yutyrannus is going to have 2 now, but if he had that extra 1, he would have had 3 after the swap, and 2 would be enough to kill us. So we'd run into all sorts of issues there. So should be swapping. Wait for, oh, he's not swapping. Okay, he's attacking. All right, well, that's one way to do it, I guess. So let's do, the question is he going for 6, which is kind of typical. Nope, he's going for 5, so that's good. Means he should go for 4 here. If he does that, we should be good. Okay, 4. Sometimes they get funky and do 3 or some other thing. So he's got 1 left. So now if he is attacking, or if he's blocking, so we've got 2 to kill him. If he's blocking, we're gonna do 1 more. We're gonna have 4 left. We can't do 3, so we're gonna have to do this and then 4. And do 4 because if he wasn't blocking, we did 3 and 1, then the Yutyrannus would have been able to kill us. And hopefully the Yutyrannus goes for it here, since he can 2-shot us. That's the hope anyways. If he doesn't, we might be SOL. Excellent. Because if he didn't go for 4, let's say he didn't go for anything, more than likely he would have been blocking 2, and 2 would not be enough to kill him. But we also couldn't have blocked enough to keep him from killing us, right? So we would have had to have gambled, right, that he was that he was only blocking 1, but we would have been kind of up a creek without a paddle there had he not gone for it there. So we're lucky that he did. All right, so Hunter 14. Let's see what we get on the Hunter wheel here. Hold that cash flowing by. All right, so let's see, Hunter 14. So let's. All right, we have got. What are we looking at here? So we've got to go up substantially at this point. We want to get to that 900-ish ferocity threshold, basically. So let's go here. Take that guy out. Go carnivores. I'm gonna actually swap this time. Go down. Might be faster, might not. Oh, come on, you can do it. Okay, so this is kind of down where we were, but we need, what do we need? We need something around, something around, something around here. Is that too much? No, that's probably about, that might be enough. Let's see. Alright, what is this? Alright, so that's 916, which I'm going to say is going to be okay. And really the question is that enough attack, or do I want more attack? And there's not really anything nearby that's got more attack than the Carnoraptor without increasing a lot. I mean, even if I go up to like VIP Acanthosaurus, you know, he's only got a couple more attack points. And Concavenator might not be enough health. So let's stick here and see what we get here. I think we should get a fairly good matchup here, as long as we don't get one of the wild ones. Yeah, so this is good. This is not a problem. Again, we have Herbivore. I believe we've got Pterosaur with higher ferocity. Yep. So when he swaps, he should swap the... So this is the best case scenarios when you have class advantage against their first player, and the number 2 opponent has got the highest ferocity, because 9 times out of 10, unless it's a disadvantage, they're going to swap to that creature with the highest ferocity, and then it forces the computer to make another swap of that creature. Whereas if he forces it to the bottom of the group, then, you know, you're going to have to deal with 2 creatures, or one right after the other. Excellent. There we go. Perfect. You're going to go for it? Excellent. Even better. Yeah, we've got this, as long as we don't completely space on what we're doing here. This is in the bag for us. There's not a whole lot they can do at this point to salvage this. Even if they went totally off the wall with their moves, we still got this. So let's see if he decides to swap again. Typically they will, but again, that last match, there it is. So this is, I mean, again, if you know kind of how the bot is going to play, you can do this. So he's got 2, we can do 4, because we've got plenty of block on top of that compared to what the Acanthosaurus has got for attack. You know, he'd have to have, 8 or 7 attack moves, which even then I think he would still need to have more than that. All right, so he's got 5, but the likelihood that he is reserving or blocking 4 is just not likely. So we're going to go for it, because he's got to try to inch up his reserve points, right? So he can't do that by blocking 4, because you only get 4 points. He just ends up right in the same spot he was. So typically they're going to be trying to build up, which means they have to go for 3 or less. And if you can kill him in 1 shot, then you have no problem with taking him out. It's just the way that it works. All right, so let's see, what are we going to get on the Predator wheel? Anything glorious? Oh, a Super Slayers. We'll take that. We will take that. Some DNA. No bucks in these, but hey, I will take the DNA and the creature. And the loyalty points, of course. Not too shabby. Let's put that guy in, because I actually have a hatchery slot open. Creatures. There we go. Hatch him out for DNA, because that paddock is full. All right, so Predator rank 70. What are we looking at? So this is 1250 to, I would say, 1300 ferocity. I'm gonna go, I've had 1248 before, but it got fairly difficult matchups, so I'm gonna bump it up a little bit and go to 1300 ferocity and see how what kind of a match we get. Alright, so carnivores. What are we looking at here for this? Let's see. 1300. So that is, actually that's T-Rex. That's a little bit stronger than T-Rex actually. At level 40, so I don't know if I want to go actually past that. Let's, this Megalosaurus is going to be probably quite a bit more. Yeah, it's going to be up in the probably 1400. Well, let me see what this is. Yeah, my computer here, so I might as well count. That's 1350, so we'll go ahead and go here. Boom. That's 1350. That's right in the sweet spot. So I've got data points at 1248, which at rank 78 and 71 had increasing matchups, and even to rank 63, which had a much harder matchup. So somewhere in there is probably the sweet spot of, 1350 to 1400, maybe. I don't know all the way to 1400 because I still want to get my my full points. So let's see what we get here. And again, if you've been checking your matches, recording them, kind of making a chart for yourself to judge. Ooh, boy. So yeah, so this is one of those really tough matchups. So either we're going to get into a 3-block pattern here, or we are going to lose. That is the way this is going to work here, because we have got crazy, and sometimes when it gives you this crazy matchup, it will give you that 3-block, 1 reserve matchup, because it knows that it has overmatched you considerably. So we're going to attempt to see if we can get there. You need to take 1 shot. Right, so we're gonna go 4 here. Hope he went for 5. Nope, he did not. Okay, because we do need to take 1 hit, and we got to be careful about how we take that 1 hit, because if we don't take it wisely, then we've got problems. Hopefully, it goes for all 3. Okay, that's a problem. That's a problem. So we're gonna go 4 here. Yeah. See, now he has got. Okay, that's actually good. Thought he had 1 extra. Hopefully, he goes for 5. Then we can start this, and we'll see if it works. Because again, we only want to take 1 shot. That's not what we wanted. All right, so we're gonna have to go 4 again. I blocked the 1, of course. All right, so now he's probably going for 6, and we are SOL. Yeah. Because now, see, if we would have taken the 1 shot, it's possible that we would have gotten it. But once they go past the 4, you can't get it going. So that is the way that cookie crumbles. But again, now, did we bring a strong enough team? I believe so. I don't think they've changed this. This is just one of those where you get that oddball, off-the-wall matchup, just because, right? The computer throws a wild matchup at you. So I'm going to do a very similarly matched team as far as strength-wise, and let's see if we get a similar team or if we get a much easier team. My guess is we will get a much easier team, but we won't know until we do it. And again, this is the good thing about having all the creatures that you want to have. You can kind of experiment with this stuff. All right, so that was 1350. This is going to be 12. Let me see, where are we at? This is going to be like 12. 30-ish, right? So actually a weaker team. And my guess is we're going to get a more reasonable matchup. That's my guess. But let's see what we actually get here. And if we don't, then maybe they did change something up towards the top. See, there you go. Perfect. Look at that. Way easier matchup. Way easier matchup with a weaker team. And not by much, just a tiny bit weaker. So that's how you know that the game... Now again, but let's say you're a player and that was your strongest team that you just brought because you're new to the Predator League type thing. You're going to think, oh my God, what am I supposed to do against something like that? I can't fight in Predator. What's going on? You will get random matchups where you just are facing way stronger creatures. It just happens in the game. It's something in the algorithm that they have running in the background that's going to throw that kind of impossible match at you every once in a while. But if you can get, again, my theory is that if you can get into that 3-block, 1 reserve pattern where the computer can kill you by 1 shot, then you're kind of like free to keep going. We just didn't get that opportunity to get into that space. All right, so I'm going to go here and reserve 2. Hopefully he blocks. Yes, he does. Excellent. So he's got 3, so he should take all 3 to kill us. So it took 2 to kill him, 2 block, and 2 reserve, so that we are set up to win no matter what Corner Raptor decides to do. So again, like, because of those random matches that the game does throw at you, it can make it seem like the game is against you. But it's not. It's not against you. You just got to know how the game works. And then you got to play within those rules. And if you play within those rules, you can win almost every single time, as far as winning by getting a Dominator. But again, you need to have the bench strength to do it. You can't just come to the matches with, you know, level 40 rares or super rares and expect to be in Dominator. That's not how this game works. You gotta earn it. I mean, there is no shortcut. You have to grind. You have to get your creatures built up. You have to be able to get there. All right, so Predator 32. So this is typically when I start switching over to Corner Raptor, which is what I'm going to do. So between 37 and 28, right? So the same teams can range anywhere from, you know, 60% disadvantage to 140% disadvantage. So we'll just have to see kind of what we pull as a matchup, but shouldn't be any problems. Now again, if the game decides to throw one of those crazy matchups at us, there's not much that we can do other than kind of hope again for that pattern to exist or reemerge, because the game's going to do what it's going to do. You just got to bring a team that's appropriate for the level that you're fighting at, and let the rest kind of go by the wayside. Okay, so we've got 2 very strong creatures on the top and bottom, but a decent matchup in between, and that's okay because we can do 3 shots, take out the first guy. So Tarbosaurus, level 40 VIP, coming in hot, which looks great, by the way. I really do like the design of him. I'm glad they didn't go crazy with the colors, but I kind of wish that maybe the red was just a little bit darker or slightly more pronounced, so you could see it a little bit better. But also maybe this battle area. All right, so 3 shots takes him out. You don't have to worry about 2 shots from the Ostrophicosaurus because he's only have 500-ish attack. Yeah, 529. So we're good there. He's probably going to swap. It's possible he's going to swap. Be great if he did. Nope, not going to swap. Okay, so he's going to try to build up some reserves. So we're going to go 3 here. So he's got 4. Best case, he tries to do some actual attacking. Probably not going to, though, because he can't do much against us. Yeah, okay. So probably going for 6. That's my guess. I'm going to actually block 4 here. Oh, he's going for 7. That's a problem. That is a problem. Okay, so it's kind of good if he goes for all... Okay, he doesn't go for all 7. That's actually really good. So he's probably blocking 1. That's my guess. So we're going to swap over here. We're going to do 3. There's the 1. So we've only got 3, so he should go for 4, because we don't have 4 and 1 will kill us. Typically, that's what they're going to do. There we go. So we're going to be able to do 2. I think we can survive 1 hit from the Ceratosaurus, I think, if I remember correctly. Let's check. Oh, it's the same exact. We can't. Oh. All right, so we have to block 4. I was really hoping that we'd be able to reserve 2. But since he's got literally the exact same attack as the health that we have, even if we had just 1229, that would have been better. All right, hopefully he goes for it since he can one-shot us. Hopefully. Okay, 3 is enough. That's perfect. That's enough. It's probably blocking 1, but it doesn't matter because it's only going to take 3 to kill him. Phew. Phew. Indeed. All right, so that might take us all the way to Dominator. Oh, only 39 trophies. Yeah, but it's enough. Oh, yeah, It hasn't moved much. It was 201, like, God, 6 or 7 hours ago. So it's got up like 20 points. Moving slow. First they always move slow. Oh, look at that, a rare rogues pack. Nice. Bringing the packs in today. Silver rewards, a rare rogues. There's silver something, I don't remember what it was. But, alright, so let's do our Dominator match. And again, here we switch over to our amphibians. Reason being, like I've said in the previous tournament runs, is you start facing more carnivores at the upper level, but we do have those pesky pterosaurs that have been added to the game. So before, your Metrophodon matchups were scary because they had such crazy attack. But they didn't have a lot of health, so you could just 1 or 2 3-shot them, and there wouldn't be a problem. But you add in Zomolodon or Percatwalkaz, and you start getting, crazy health that takes multiple attacks to get taken down by an amphibian. And so I've started tossing in a kind of herbivore mid-range creature behind my Diplosuchus to kind of guarantee the win, if you will. So we've got, this is a cakewalk. Oh, I wonder if we just bumped down to Predator. My guess is that's what happened. While we were talking, we went from 100 in Dominator to number 1 in Predator, which we'll get to see because this is a very easy matchup. This is untypical of your Dominator, but this would be typical of a Predator if you were to bring this team to Predator. So we'll have to see what we end up with here. My guess is we went down to Predator. But that's okay. That's all right. We'll just get into a higher level of Dominator after this win. You're not gonna attack, huh? I'll give you some fodder. I should go for 4. Actually, no, not necessarily. I just realized I can't one-shot us. I thought I could one-shot us. It doesn't really matter if we attack or not, because we're going to one-shot him anyways. Right, there's the 6. He has to go for at least 5 to kill us. Hopefully he does at least that. Yeah, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Shinosaurus, for doing what you needed to do. And again, that's more so just so we don't have to worry about stuff, right? Like, could I have not swapped and probably taken him out and probably still dealt with Predatrodon? Probably. But this just makes it, you don't have to worry about anything, I guess, if you play it this way. Swap in that creature, build up some reserves, and then don't worry about whatever he does after that because you've got way more action points than you need. And you can see the 8 attack. Hungry crocodile. Alright. 36. Actually, that might, we're still in time there. Okay. It's just an easy peasy match. I like it. Oh, I do forgot that I'm not used to bringing that extra herbivore to the match. Let's do one more. Why not? We're here. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright. Diplosuchus army activated. Oh, come on, scroll. There you go. Shinosaurus army activated. And once you're in Dominator, once you find a team that works, you can just continue to bring that same team because the difficulty does not increase as you go up the league rank in Dominator. It stays the same. So Nothing you got to worry about. You just got to keep on pushing through, fighting. Now you will get those one-off crazy matches, right? You know, the AI decides to roll the dice and gives you that funky matchup. You're going to run into those. It's just the nature of the game. But for the most part, once you get to Dominator, what you're going to face is what you're going to face. Obviously, the makeup will switch, and it will change based on the creatures that you bring. But the ratio, if you find that and you have the depth of creatures to have that kind of same lineup, you should face the same strength within reason. You know, it'll be a sliding scale, you know, or a range that you'll go up against. But for the most part, you're not going to have anything too crazy. All right, so he's got nothing left. It's going to take 3 to kill him, plus 1 more for the block. You don't even have to swap. Because he can't hurt us with 2. He's going to have 3. Question is he going to go for something here and make it easy for us? Or are we going to have to attack? And in this case, I would attack. All right, so I'm going to attack. And the reason being is if he's blocking 3, he's going to be able to kill us, which is fine. But he's going to have to do 3 to kill us, which will give Shunnosaurus enough to make up the difference between the 1781 and his health, which is not blocking, so it's fine. But either way, had he blocked all 3 and then taken us out, we would have still been able to kill him with the Shunnosaurus afterwards, so there's no sense in swapping in that case. And that's the Dominator run, folks. You know, after this, it's just rinse and repeat, stay at the top, continue to farm the rewards to the best of your ability. Oh, 500 DNA, yes, please. I did not put a lot of... I only got 1 Gorgosuchus on the Thursday discount, and I started picking up some of the legendaries that have either fused for hybrids or just have never actually gotten to level 40 because I just wasn't worried about them. But I'm trying to save DNA because I have a feeling that in the not too distant future we're going to have a appreciation week of some sort, or potentially at Christmas there's going to be a bunch of extra discounts or something. And so I'm going to save my DNA. I'm going to make small purchases, probably going to do like 1 tournament hybrid a week, so that I'm making some progress. But you should see my DNA continue to go up over the next so many weeks. But yeah, hopefully we got something good coming soon, where I can spend a bunch of DNA on some stuff and get finish off those level... Actually, you know what we can do? I'm going to do it. I'm going to finish this guy off to level 40. So, first level 40 tournament hybrid in the game for me. Now that will increase ferocity a little bit for us in the game, I believe. So let's see where that brought him. It should have brought him... Yep, so it took him all the way up to the top. So he was right between our level 31 and level 37 Gorgosaurus, but the reality is he's not that far out ahead. What is he? Level 40 Gorgosaurus, what are you? It's 16,790 ferocity for that guy. And then Segnosuchus is 1763 or 16,763. So we're only talking a difference of, what is that? What is the difference between those two? We're talking 30 ferocity, which is like nothing, right? So what is the difference? So let's see, this plus this plus this. So my average now is 16,781 for my top 3. So that's my top 3, right? So previously my top 3 was a level 39, which would have been, did I do that? I did not do that right. That's not what my average is. Let me fix that real quick here. My average was 16,772. So 16,772. That's not what I wanted to do. But now actually that wasn't my average either. That's my average now. 16,772 is my average now. But my average was 16,674. So it went up by, what is that? What is the difference between that? Talking small amounts here. Less than 100? Yeah, 97. So it went up by 97 ferocity, which is an extremely small amount, right? We're talking, what is that? So we increased it by 0.5%, which is nothing. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. It doesn't really account for anything. And in fact, if we were to change, well, let's just do, let's see, let's go here, plus here. So it's going to be 16,790, obviously, if I feed at least 2 more Gorgosuchuses up to level 40, which is going to make them my top 3, right? It's going to be the top 3 once I start feeding guys, which will increase my ferocity a further 17 points over what it is right now with these guys. So we're talking small changes that I'm not probably going to see much, if at all, in terms of battle matchups. The question is, how much food do I have to do that, right? So these guys are very pricey to feed, right? So let's go, might be it, we'll go one more. Yeah, so we got 4 million food left, almost 5 million food. We'll get more food. It's not a big deal, but can't feed anything else. But when we do hatch out the Gorgosuchus, probably tomorrow at the discount. If not, then it'll be Saturday during the discount. We'll get this guy fused up with the level 10, and then we'll fuse up the 2 level 20s that we'll have at that point. We'll have another level 30. They might just leave that level 30 as it stands. Might not fuse them up. We'll see. We'll see what we do. But now we've got 5 level 40 Gorgosuchuses, and so we should have 5 at the front, and one of those did come over as the one that we used for the cooldown, which is fine. And so once we feed up these other 3, it'll push them in front of the Segnosuchus. And that will drive the Segnosuchus next to our Metrophodons again. Our Metrophodons won't move for quite some time, but then we will have the ability to feed our Indoraptors up, and we can take them all the way up. Where can we take them to? We can take them to, is it 17? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we can take them all the way up to level 17. In fact, I will show you by taking 1 to level 17 now, just so that you can see what I am talking about. So if we increase one of these guys up to level 17, because they cost a lot less food, when we look at here, he's not going to be up at the top. He's right below our Segnosuchus, because Indoraptor is going to be 16,666, so the devil's number. At the end anyways, and our Segnosuchus currently is at 16,763, so it's right below it, right? It's above the level 37 Gorgosuchus. So if we get a few more of those up to level 17, which is where they can sit, as soon as we go past level 17 though, the Indoraptor is going to end up ahead of our Gorgosuchus, which is fine, which is okay. But they start increasing, fairly quickly, right? So level 18, 17,156, Level 19, 17,647. You know, we're going up by, you know, 500 ferocity a clip almost at each level range. So eventually we'll get them up to level 20, which is gonna be 18,137, and they'll probably sit there for a little while until we can get the Segnosuchuses fused up and then start fusing our Metrophodons. But it's gonna be a while for that. So everything else can kind of hang out right where it's at while we work on getting to the thing. So once the last 3 currently fused Gorgosuchuses are leveled up, and then we will potentially fuse another level 30 set to bring back up to level 40, and then we will have 9 level 40 Gorgosuchuses, so plenty. I wonder what the coin is now. Almost 40 million. It will be 40 million once we level up these guys. So 39 million coins per click on that one paddock, which is nice. But it also takes 22 hours. But again, I don't touch it very much because I don't really need to. I got plenty of other coins, but it's one custom trade coin for creatures from that one paddock that funds that. So, okay. That was an extra long video because of the extra talk at the end, but still actually not too bad. I will have updates to the tournament pace. I'll post those updates. This video won't go out until Saturday. So later Saturday night, though, I will have updates in the comments below on where this tournament's going to be headed, at least my guess. And then I'll update it again Sunday night Pacific Standard Time to predictions for the end. So don't miss out on the Sunlock. It doesn't come around very often. Again, it's one of the main creatures and one of the strongest Cenozoic hybrids that exist. So it is an important, and it's just a really good snow creature, right? So it's just a good snow creature. It's a good Cenozoic creature. You know, he's right here amongst the top of the other level 40s, right? So we got Titona above him, Unitaranium ahead of him. What are the other ones? God, I'm doing a lot of extra talking here. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, he's number 3 in terms of, actually that's cost, I want strength. Yeah, still number 3. So he's pretty high up there, even without being fused. He's an excellent creature. Again, the only thing that's stronger than him are the 2 legendary guys here, and then hybrids, right? Legendary hybrids at that, and tournament hybrids. Everything else, even you know, super rare hybrids fall below him as far as strength is concerned. So he's a good pickup, and he looks amazing. He's just a good looking creature. So yeah, so tournament updates in the comments below. If you got questions, you got comments, leave them down below as well. I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can, or maybe somebody else that's watching will answer them. But until next time, you guys stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next video.
If you made it this far, I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. Subscribing to my channel and clicking the notification bell will ensure that you'll be notified as I release videos on the channel. If you found this video helpful, let me know by hitting the like button. If there is something specific you would like a video on in the game, please leave a message in the comment section below on what you would like to see. Again, thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one.